Okay. I don't know what to say about Monday Night Raw tonight. I don't know whether to say this was a good show. I don't know whether to say this was a bad show. I am indifferent on this thing. I thought there was some interesting things part of tonight's show. Do I think it was utter shit like usual Monday Night Raws? In some ways, yes. I'm not gonna sit here and act like this show was the best thing. Do I think there was some gimmick changes to what I saw tonight? Yeah, because now we got a hype in for Money in the Bank. And I look at tonight's show, and I'm going to get into a lot of these gimmick changes. And a little bit more to shake up, too, since some more recent shakeups happened today, late in the game right now, which I question right now. First off, they just love breaking up tag teams. Let me say that now, and we'll get into that later. But I guess I'll address the shakeup everyone's been talking about today, that pretty much Andrade Cien Almas, Zelina Vega, and Aleister Black have been moved to SmackDown. Well, Almas moved back to SmackDown, really, which really kind of questions me now. What was the point of having him win on Raw for one night just to go back to SmackDown this week now? Which even I kind of thought about what was the point of him pinning Balor, but since they moved Balor to SmackDown, I understand why. Now, I know that there's several reasons to what I've read to the reason why they were moved back on SmackDown. Number one, I will say there is no more Ricochet and Black tag team no more. I can go on a limb and say that, which I wanted these two to go on in separate ways to begin with. I didn't really think they were going to keep them on the same show, because when I saw it last week, I was like, okay, I guess they're going to keep them as a team, but I think they work better as solo acts, really, like everyone else has pretty much said. Because it's just something, it's not that they weren't a bad team, but it's just something don't really gel that well in a way with them as a team. So I understand why they separated them. Now, as you know, for all three of them going to SmackDown, either it's they said this was a Fox move, to what I heard, that Fox has been calling the shots or something, which I heard Fox wants a lot of things changes to SmackDown when they moved to October. From, ratings they want higher, or they wanted a more sports sex feel to it. Is Vince McMahon really going to change the world for Fox? Let's be honest. I already know they got Roman on there now. I know that was rumored. Fox wanted them, so I don't know. Maybe it was on their move. And then there's other things where, okay, Black and Vega are in the same show. They are married, so they don't want them to be away from each other, I guess. And to what I'm hearing today, Charlotte made Vince McMahon put Almas back on SmackDown because they fucking right now, and I guess she didn't want to stay away from him that long. So I said, I kind of thought about it. If she was able to tell Vince McMahon to do that, I'm like, this girl must have a lot of power. Hey, that's Flair for you, man. The Flairs, man, they got that. I guess they got that power, and they look at Charlotte like a god, anyways, in this company. So I would find that funny if she was able to say, hey, no, he can't go to Raw. He's got to stay there with me. And I thought that'd be pretty funny. But hey, man, that's Sol Ingobernables for you. Well, whatever you want to go with this statement, but I just kind of found it weird that what was the point of moving him to Raw then last week? I thought he needed to go to Raw because he wasn't really doing nothing on SmackDown to begin with. Let's be honest, what did he do? Go against Rey Mysterio, and that was the best thing he really did on SmackDown. After that, I can't name you anything else from that point in time. So, personally, I think he needed to be on Raw. But, hey, they put him back on SmackDown. Like I said, this is either a Fox move or Charlotte really has some type of power to put people on shows now. So, I don't know. Hey, they fucking, so she's with him. So, I don't know. Something strange about that shake-up, just moving them back at the last minute. But, Monday Night Raw, oh boy, Des Moines, Iowa. First off, we kick it off with Triple H coming out there. And before you could say anything, Seth Rollins was here in his home state. He even had his own t-shirt. I think it was, it said, what was his t-shirt? Yeah, in his home state and everything, which it was like a new shirt he had, like Finally Home, I think it was, or Iowa. Oh yeah, burning down. I don't know what it was, but it was actually a cool shirt. I don't remember the name of it for some reason. But since Seth Rollins is back in his home state, got a very big reaction out there. He was the new Universal Champion. As you know, him and Triple H are out there talking. You know, he says he's the King Slayer, and now he is the Beast Slayer now. But Triple H said the landscape has changed since WrestleMania, so now everyone's gunning for you in that championship right now. And Seth says, you know how Money in the Bank is around the corner. He knows how Money in the Bank works. He's cashed in successfully, but he's been cashed in on himself before by people, but he wants to make sure that will never happen again, because him and Triple H just kind of started laughing how they, you know, Seth Rollins, he curb stomped Brock Lesnar's bucket head into the ground 3 times to win the title, and, you know, he thought that Brock was going to want a rematch, but Triple H said that Paul Heyman said, you know, he's going to assume that, you know, Heyman and Lesnar are still in Vegas licking their wounds right now. But tonight, there will be 2 triple threat matches, and the winner of those 2 triple threat matches will face in the main event of Raw to see who will go against Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. And pretty much through all this, Samoa Joe came out, which he was moved to Raw too. I thought we would have saw him last week, but today they say he was really ill last week, very sick, so he couldn't show up. But I kind of figured he was going to be on Raw since they put Balor on SmackDown. We can't have 2 secondary championships on the same show. Samoa Joe came out saying he's the newest member of Raw, and you know he's gonna do what he wants. And you know, since the U.S. champion's here, and how he likes how Becky's concept of having a double champion, there's plenty of shoulder right here to hold 2 belts. Rey Mysterio then came out then and said, you know, Joe's not the only former SmackDown wrestler looking for a shot right now, and he wants a shot at the title. And he wants to face Rollins. McIntyre came out saying he has not had a title shot. He's gotten rid of the dead weight around here. And ever since he's gotten here, he's still waiting for his title shot right now. As he looked at Seth, he says, you just got the Brock first before I could get him. Miz came out then, won the title shot. I don't know how he got into this thing, but since he says the A-lister, him and Seth have crossed paths before. He wants a shot. Corbin wants a shot. He says, how many of you beaten a gold medalists in their farewell at WrestleMania, even though half the people in that ring have already faced Kurt Angle several times right now. As he kept talking, of course, more interruptions. AJ Styles comes out with his, which I didn't notice this last week, which people brought this up to me. He had his AEW colors out there, the kind of golden white colors in a new t-shirt. I didn't notice it until people say, you know, he's wearing AEW colors, right? I said, no, yeah, he is wearing it now that I notice it. But Styles pretty much, you know, he tells Corbin ever shuts up that, you know, tonight he's going to become the #1 contender. And yes, SmackDown was the house that AJ Styles built. But this is Raw now. He's going to get the people what they want. And he's going to, you know, go against Rollins at Money in the Bank. And pretty much Rollins told Triple H, this is what you're talking about. Everybody's gunning for me. So the segment was okay. Nothing new I haven't seen before, with each guy interrupting each other to whatever #1 contender spot, having all 6 of these guys come out, which I'm sure the losers will probably end up in the Money in the Bank match anyways, for all I know, whoever wins and loses these matches. But yeah, like I said, this is something I've seen before. Everybody gets their promo in, we start to the first match then. But yeah, pretty much right after that, first triple threat match, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio. I enjoyed this match. This was really good. Ate up a lot of time. I did like when Samoa Joe kind of like hit a back body drop off the top rope when AJ and Rey were on top of it, and you know, pretty much knocked everyone to the ground in after that. I think probably the best thing was the finish of the match, which was a really cool finish if you ask me. Rey Mysterio pretty much had the 619 set up on both AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. He pretty much took a pick. He went for Samoa Joe. He hit the 619 on him. He was about to drop the dime on him, but AJ Styles caught him. He powerbombed him one time and then hit a stop. No, he powerbombed Rey into Samoa Joe. Then Styles clashed him on top of Joe. By the way, I think Joe is bleeding from his kind of like between his nose right here and his eye a little, which I believe is from the 619 if I'm not mistaken. But he hit the Styles clash on Rey on top of Samoa Joe and then pinned Joe for the win then. So a very cool finish. Now I know some people saying right now, once again, Samoa Joe is taking losses, which I get what people saying, since he just moved to Raw, and then people have had this problem of and I agree too, of okay, Samoa Joe's the U.S. champion, right? why does this guy lose more than he wins? It's like every match for some reason now I feel like Samoa Joe is always there to eat the pin for some odd reason. Even with a championship, he's still eating the pinfall, okay? Now, I know some say this was a chaotic match, but some people are saying, oh, he was protected. It's hard to say he's protected if he took the pinfall out here, because I actually thought Ray was going to take the pin, not Joe. But I don't know. This company screws with Samoa Joe a lot of times, but I did like the finish with the powerbomb into Joe and, dodging the West Coast pop. Like I said, powerbomb into Joe and then a style clash into Joe, and pretty good finish from there. So, I kind of expected AJ to win anyways. Naomi came out. Since Bayley is on SmackDown, she doesn't have a tag partner anymore, even though that was for like 1 week. The Iconics came out and talked, which I'm kind of glad I went to the bathroom during that time, because all I heard them, what they called Naomi Toots, and said something to do with Ariana Grande, and, they're iconic, which I'm surprised the crowd chanted. Naomi won. Have any of these two girls won one match ever since they won the titles? They're the champions, but I've seen them take losses for the past 2 weeks now, ever since they won the damn belts, okay? Ever since they've been champions, they have lost, okay? Other than beating them jobbers on SmackDown, every match I've seen from Raw and SmackDown in the past week or two now, they have lost. So I question, what was the point of them even being the fucking champions, okay? I don't give a crap about whatever promo they said out there. They suck, okay? The promo time is horrible, which, like I said, I'm kind of glad I went to the bathroom during that time, but I don't get why they're even the champions now at this point. They just lose every single match. Who was it? Billie Kay out there facing Naomi, and it was like pretty much a minute. So what? I question, why are they even still the champions? Who gives a shit? Okay, like, this made no sense and it was a waste of time. Miz versus Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin, number one contender spot. I gotta say, man, they must be making Miz like this super face now or something, which is kind of funny to me, because I still thought it was crazy when they had, like I said, ever since this Best in the World thing, Miz is now this super face that can go toe-to-toe with anybody. He can beat up all 3 members of Sanity and make them look like shit, and now he's hanging with Corbin and McIntyre, taking them down, jumping off the top rope onto the floor and everybody, having brawls with McIntyre out there, which, Corbin at one point did D6 on Miz for the 2, didn't work. McIntyre pretty much got him with a Claymore kick, and then Corbin threw him outside and won the match. I actually thought McIntyre was going to win, but this company loves Baron Corbin, though, man. This guy is in so many main events, it makes no sense to me. I said they must love him in the main event. They must believe Baron Corbin is a ratings draw, okay? The waiter himself. It's fucking hilarious sometimes, okay? I don't see what they see in this guy, okay? And I figured it had to be a heel that was going to win, so it was going to be either Corbin or McIntyre. I thought it'd be McIntyre, really, but hey, we gotta go with Corbin. Miz is face right now, which I just don't even understand why he's even on Raw, but hey, they switch him every shakeup. He's gonna get switched, okay? But yeah, Corbin wins after that. AJ pretty much then was talking about Corbin, and AJ, talked about his accomplishments also, because, Corbin wants to say he beat Kurt Angle, even though Styles has beaten Kurt Angle on several, bases in the past. We won't say what company it is, but he's already beaten him, as Corbin was looking on from the screen. But in tonight's main event, it'd be AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin, okay? Next, Sami Zayn. Oh boy, Sami Zayn in the promo. He coming here to tell the truth about the fans. As, life outside these prison walls here. Pretty much Sami Zayn showed vacation photos of himself as he was walking around Norway and Switzerland and, vacation in a nice hammock in Mexico and everything. And talking about what's made him happy. And he was happy being away from the fans. And, it's easier for fans to boo and blame him and rather than hold themselves accountable and stuff. And he says, you all should take a trip, all right? You all can go to hell. That's your trip. And Zayn pretty much walked away, which pretty much, let me say about his promo real quick, which was good, I guess. They're doing what they can to make him into a heel that, hey, you're going to show vacation photos of yourself, all right? Hey, see what I did? This thing, you know, that this is what I did. This is a slideshow here, people. I went to Mexico. I went here. I went there. So I guess it's to piss off the fans, which there were some boos. So I guess this heel thing is working. I just still don't get where they're going with this. I still think it's like another Daniel Bryan thing, because that's how Daniel Bryan, you know, talking about the fans, which is very similar. Like his promo style and Bryan's promo style are just very similar now. And I said this about a week ago or two. It's not about the environment or anything, but it's very similar. He's trying to be this truth promo now or something, which I know people are already saying that Vincent was feeding him his line to what the company feels really about the fans. So that's where you can go from that. But as he walked away, Cedric Alexander came out here making his debut to even get a video package then after, which he was going against Cesaro, who is now been moved to Monday Night Raw, which he still has Sheamus' theme song still, but with some new graphics, while just giving back the siren thing back. Okay, now this match, this was kind of odd to watch. I'm like, okay, Cesaro is now moving back to Monday Night Raw by himself without, so I guess there's no more bar at this point. Cedric Alexander is, I should say, making his debut on Raw, even though he's wrestled on Raw and here before, but now being moved to Raw in the shake-up. This wasn't a bad match or nothing. I wish the crowd would have was a little bit more enthusiastic for it, but I'm thinking, okay, Cedric's got to go over here. It's his debut, so, well, I quote-unquote debut, I should say. He's moved to Raw, so we give him the win. But, so, like, what was it? Cedric was going to go for a top rope thing, or springboard up the ropes, but Cesaro hit him with a big uppercut for the win. Now, I'm thinking Cesaro's going to take the pin here, but he didn't. Now, with Cesaro winning, I'll say this. Either Cesaro's actually going to start getting a push now as a singles competitor, or I don't know, because it's a little odd to have Cedric Alexander pretty much move on his first night being moved to Monday Night Raw from 205 Live, or Purgatory if you want to call it, to the main roster. So it's a little strange in this way. I didn't hate the match enough, and I thought it was good, but it's just something like, all right, one of these guys has got to lose, who's got to win. But I'm thinking, all right, Cedric's gonna win because he just got moved here. But then again, Cesaro just got moved here too. But I've seen the guys take so many damn L's during with the bar and everything. I don't know where Sheamus goes on from this, since we didn't see him tonight. So I guess the bar is officially over. Like I said at the beginning of this video, they just love killing tag teams nowadays. But we'll see if Cesaro does get a big push from this by himself. I hope it works out this time. I've seen Cesaro get many pushes in the past as a singles competitor, but it looks like it's never worked out. They give him Paul Heyman at one point, the King of Swing, and then he was like the professional, hitman and stuff. And I don't know. I've said this before in the past. It looks like Cesaro works better when it's in tag teams, which it has showed. If you want to go from the bar, if you want to go from Kid and Cesaro in a way too, or the Real Americans at one point, which has always worked in his singles career. So hopefully they have something for him if this works. I don't know, because even when him walking back to the back, he pretty much kind of looked back and smirked for a minute. So maybe Cesaro does go somewhere. I got no clue. I have no clue where Cesaro goes right now. Maybe he will get a push this time as a singles wrestler. Hopefully it works, because it hasn't worked in the past. Cedric Alexander, I don't even know what to say right now since he just lost. So we'll see where that goes. Usos were in the back, talking about all the new opponents on Raw from the Lucha House Party, which one of the Usos made a joke saying, when the party's over, man, don't drink and drive, take an Uber, which I guess he looked at his brother Jimmy then, if you know about, which they kind of ribbed on each other right there when you kind of think about it. Guys, he took a shot at Jimmy Uso after that DUI he had not that long ago, when he was in that car with Naomi and everything, probably about a month or two ago. So I get that little shot he took at his own brother right there, was they just kind of looked at each other for a minute. I think the crowd knew he was talking about. But then they said, we want those tag titles from Hawkins and Riley, but they got a lot of toys and everything. Next thing you know, the Revival show up. Usos pretty much dozed off as the Revival was talking, and the Uso says, welcome to the Revival to the Uso Penitentiary, which I'm sure there will be a match with these two teams, which it will be a great match, I'm sure, if they do something with the Revival this time. I'm almost surprised the Revival did not even move to SmackDown, to be honest, which they needed to go since they get killed on Monday Night Raw, which I don't want to say they're going to get fed to the Usos or anything, but let's see where this goes. I'm sure it'll be a great match when this comes up, though, until one of them gets a title shot against Hawkins and Ryder. But we'll see what happens from that. The Viking Raiders, another name change this week, so no more Viking experience. Welcome the Viking Raiders. Better hope the NFL doesn't sue for the Minnesota Vikings or the Oakland Raiders, okay? At one point, somebody said, well, my neighbor said this, why don't we just call them the Raiders? We can't call them that. Fucking NFL is gonna sue. Oakland's gonna sue them. We can't call it football teams. What's weird to me is this. Okay, we're gonna change the name of the team since, fans were very pissed, okay? Right, hold on a second here. Yeah, fans were pretty much very pissed about the Viking Experience name. And you changed to the Viking Raiders. Do I think it's really better than the Experience? Yeah, but this is just, it's unnecessary. The name still sucks. You should have just kept it as the War Raiders. But what really gets me is this. Okay, we're going to change the name of the team, right? But we still going to keep Eric and Ebor. Which, that still does not make any sense to me. That why couldn't we just keep these guys as Hanson and Rowe? That's what I want to know. Why are they still Eric and Ebor? Because you changed it to the Viking Raiders now. Just because of how fucking goofy that name was. And we're going to go with the Viking Raiders. Now, I don't know if they could change it back to Hanson and Rowe. I got no clue. I'd hope so, but I don't think that's going to happen. But at least they got the name change. It's a little bit better than Experience. I'll say that. It's a little better, but this is still kind of unnecessary. This whole name change has been unnecessary. Then again, I don't think these two need to be brought up, which I think they don't even mention they're the NXT Tag Champions right now. So, and we know they're the NXT Tag Champions. Hell, they don't even come out with the damn belts. So, what do you want me to say from this? It's just, I don't know. This is still strange in a way, but I guess the Viking Raiders sounds a little bit better, which they end up killing the Lucha House Party before it even began, and the crowd did not, this crowd did not care when they beat up the Lucha House Party. Oh, and by the way, their finisher, somehow, some way, they had to fit the Viking Experience. I don't think this was the Fallout one. It was the one, Roll throws them in the air, and Hanson hits with a pump handle slam after that in midair, and they're gonna call that the Viking Experience. That's their finisher name now, the Viking Experience. If you couldn't name the team the Viking Experience, we're gonna find a way to fit that experience in one way or another. But this crowd did not even react. It looked like they all sat on their hands. They were dead, okay? They did not really care when the War Raiders were out there beating the Lucha House Party, okay? I forgot the Lucha House Party was still even a thing. Even when they were trying to do a war chant before the commercial. So look how I went to commercial when they were trying to do a war chant with the crowd, and they just went to commercial right after that, okay? So I don't know where this War Raider or Viking Raider, whatever team, I don't know, whatever the fuck they calling themselves, they calling them. It's just strange, okay? I don't know, but it's still a weird name, and no one did not care about them beating up the Lucha House Party. They were deader than dead. They even interview Hawkins and Ryder in the back, calling them woolly mammoths and sweaty and horny and everything, and that they're not going to take the titles away from them. Becky Lynch came out, pretty much at least got some life into the crowd. The people cheered and chanted Becky as she came out there, saying, it was good to be in Iowa, and, the superstar shakeup is happening, everyone's out for her, just like Lacey Evans right now. And she's had a career of slapping bleach bonds around, who curry favors of management. Evans is a new version of the old approach, okay? She's trying to help her career backstage, if you know where that's going, all right? I'm sure she's sleeping her way to the top, as I guess Becky's trying to imply. Or this is almost like another feud with Charlotte, or replacing it with another blonde, if you want to go from that. But as, Becky started to call her Alicia Fox, Lacey Evans then came out and questioned that her emotions are getting the best of her, and just because she's Irish and everything, and that the man wants to be the center of attention, and she was going to try to give her etiquette lessons then. And that Evans is, Becky said, "You're trying to get on my last nerve now, okay? And I'm gonna, because I'm Irish, that don't mean I'm gonna slap the head off your shoulders right over there. And you confuse my happiness with contentment, as Becky said. And pretty much, she says, I'm going to get you a Money in the Bank, okay? And the man will go back to collecting her debts again once Money in the Bank happens. Alicia Fox came out to go against Becky, which I was surprised this match went this long. I actually thought there was going to be a squash with Alicia Fox, because Fox has not really been seen around in a minute since I'm sure everyone's saying the Arn Anderson incident. Did this match really suck? Not really, I should say. The only really botch that was noticeable was when Becky looked like she was about to go for a Hurricane Rana. And I think Fox tried to catch her, if I'm not. It was like a miscommunication on both of them. But you can see like Becky tried it to Hurricane Rana, and it just did not work. She ended up winning the match anyways with a disarmer. But I was surprised they tried to have Fox take Becky to the limit. Not thinking this was going to be like a 2-3 minute match. This went on for over 8 minutes, okay? And then after she immediately tapped out Fox, Lacey Evans hits her with a right hand in the woman's right, which looked ineffective at first. It looked like Becky kind of jumped up a little until she had to sell the move. That punch just looked bad for some reason. This reminds me of Big Show doing his WMD punch, if you know that. Like, we gotta do these super punches. It's the knockout punch, and this did not look like a knockout. It looked like Becky had to and finally fall over just to sell the move. And it didn't look like that heavy of a punch or very brutal at one point. Like, okay, so she beat her with a right hand. Isn't that what they tried to do with Alexa Bliss at one point? She was, not the DDT, but almost like knocking people down with like one right hand. They were trying to play that off. So this whole woman's right thing, I don't know. But I guess they're trying to get Lacey Evans over still with this. I still find it odd. And it was one thing. She said she was coming for 2 belts. I thought she was only going for the Raw title, not both the championships. Because last week I swore they said we're coming for that Raw title, the Raw title. But now it's focused on both belts now. I still find it funny that this girl has a title shot when she's literally done nothing. But hey, that's this company for you, okay? Corbin, they interviewed him, as he said people typing in their basement are the people who don't think he deserves a challenge at the Money in the Bank at Rollins. And, he's going to be looking past Styles tonight. Ricochet, what is this stuff they keep adding to his entrance? It's like they made like some shooting like laser bullet sounds before Ricochet's music hits. And then like, when he takes out the hood, they like do this strange lightning. I think I said the lightning effect. The bullet sounds are a new one to me. I just noticed. Now he's getting like this lightning effect sound I've said before when he takes off his hood, as he went against Robert Roode, I should say, or Rick Rude 2.0 with the Rick Rude mustache. You think this was WCW in the 90s or something? Or should I call him Silas Young from Ring of Honor? Or should I call him the new Joey Ryan? Or Joey Ryan's dad? And when I heard the word Robert Roode, so what, is Bobby Roode going to try to be his first gimmick from TNA when he was in Team Canada? Or when he first had the robe and everything? Or hell, we can go back to Beer Money Incorporated if we want to go from that with Robert Roode. Or I'm about to say, is he about to be the It Factor of professional wrestling again? Because when I'm hearing Robert Roode, it's just like that's his first gimmick from TNA. So is that what they're going for with Robert Roode or something? And his mustache? First off, okay, he goes against Ricochet, right? And this wasn't a bad match or anything. And I'm sure, I don't know, man. So many jokes you could make about his mustache. It's funny. But he ended up winning the match after dodging the 630 and then knocking Ricochet into the corner in his chest and then hit him with a glorious DDT. Now, with him turning, I guess now it's a full-blown heel now, I should say, since Chad Gable's not with him anymore. Will this go somewhere? Because now I see they want to build up wins for the guy. But is this going to go somewhere, people, with Robert Roode? Because I think they ruined him for so long that now we're going to rely on his name from TNA now, if we're going to go with that. Could he be the Bobby Roode of old like he was in NXT? I don't know, but I guess he's got to rack up some wins somehow. I'm not sure Ricochet's expense or anything, since, he's still new here, and I didn't really think Ricochet was going to lose his match in general, but I guess they want to make Robert Roode into something since he's grown a mustache now. This is almost reminds me when they had Cody Rhodes grow a mustache and they tried to do something with that. We'll see where this goes. but I still think he looks like either Silas Young from Ring of Honor or the new Rick Rude right now. Now, if this guy starts coming out calling people sweat hogs and everything, or I don't know, start putting people's, face and stuff on his gear, his tights and everything, I don't know what to take from this with Robert Roode. I will say the mustache makes him look older, though, than he already is. I thought the guy looked almost 10, 15 years older, Bobby Roode out there, or Robert Roode. So, let's see where this goes, I should say. Next. Okay, I got a lot to say about this segment. Bray Wyatt. Let me say this. Bray Wyatt looks in way better shape nowadays. The motherfucker looks swole, I guess I should say that, since he looks like a little bit taller, maybe. I can't really call him fat like that anymore, but he looks like in way better shape than before. Looks a little bit bigger, I say. I made a joke that JoJo's pussy must be that good to make him change like that. But his gimmick, though. Okay. This is like the Firefly Funhouse, and it's got these graphics, and this is like Blue's Clues or Pee-wee's Playhouse, and the buzzard he has is called Mercy the Buzzard and Abby the Witch, which was the puppets. Because at first I'm calling him a puppet master, but he comes on and he's like dressed like Mr. Rogers. He's got a new haircut and he's got like this red sweater vest on and some khakis and everything. And I'm thinking of this segment, so it's supposed to be like a serial killer meets Mr. Rogers now. That's what we're trying to do. We're gonna make him like one of those like creepy, crazy type of things, but they got kids laughter in the background in. And he says, "Welcome to the Fireflies Funhouse, and where y'all can feel safe." And he's got these gloves on, and they kind of some blurred effects then when the puppets came up. He used to be a very bad man, and there were boos, and the old Wyatt, it was like he was at his weakest moments. He was just a pathetic slop loser, and he's not gonna be that ever again. Which was an old cardboard of his old persona, which he took a chainsaw and cut it out then. And he said that there's always a light. The way you have to do this to let him in, and he started laughing. So okay, I do believe Bray Wyatt can make this work. To make him look crazy and crazier. I guess he's going to descend more deep into the darkness then, since he's kind of okay right now. Now, do I think, as some people saying, they're trying to make a new version of Broken Matt Hardy? Yeah, I could see that, but will it work? I don't know, because, listen, I think the Viking Experience name is bad enough, but I'm not sure about Pee-wee Wyatt right here, okay? I'm going to try to give this a chance. I'm not going to, shit on it all the way, but I'm like, this is the gimmick we're doing with him now. Well, it's better than him doing the same thing of saying, "Sir, why you lied? You lied, sir. I was at the bayou the other day, man. You was a lie, man. I'm not gonna reform the Wyatt family the 6th, 7th, 8th time and fail again, man. You a lie, man." And then lose. Cause, like I said, dude had dreads before, which I think he just kind of balled them up now and tighten up his hair and everything to what I'm seeing from this new character with him. But I hope this goes out better than his old gimmick, and creative doesn't kill this guy again, since they came up with this insanely new gimmick of it, almost like I said before, serial killer meets Mr. Rogers now, and I'm sure he's going to send more and more into darkness. Now, where the puppets come into this little Pee-wee's Playhouse, Blue's Clues, or whatever the fuck y'all want to call this shit, I don't know. I'm just waiting him to say, Wyatt's good do, Blue's good do, here we do. I don't remember how it went back then, but I watched the show a long, long time ago, though. But I guess he's like, hey, we're all going to have fun in, Wyatt's Funhouse. Maybe he'll get the mail in or something. He like I said Blue's Clues, right? He may be the new Steve. He is the new Steve from Blue's Clues. That's his gimmick, okay, or whatever he's supposed to be. But his, welcome to the Funhouse or something. I don't know where this is gonna go, but he doesn't want to be the old Wyatt anymore. Even when he was like the Woken Wyatt at one point, but Matt Hardy got hurt and they just stopped the team. So I don't know where you could take in from this, okay? There's many things, but I'm sure a lot of people thought tonight either this was funny, cringe, creepy. There's a lot of words that could describe this segment, though. But we'll see where this goes, I should say. I'm still trying to, I guess we could wait this out, but we'll see where this gimmick goes. Like I said before, hopefully creative doesn't kill him, because we brought back Wyatt several times and they still end up fucking this whole thing up. Because this guy has not been seen on TV for like, what, over a year now, really? Like I said before, the last time you really saw Bray Wyatt was when he was teaming with Matt Hardy, okay? And after, like I said before, Matt was injured. Bray Wyatt, I didn't know what he was doing from this point on. Well, we already probably know what he was doing during that time. He was fucking JoJo pretty much throughout this point in time, and we all know what that resulted into. But with him being back, and like I said, the guy's in better shape now, and I guess this Pee Wee's Playhouse thing, we'll see where this goes. Okay, it's interesting. I think it's intrigued a lot of people. Some people have already shitting on it. A lot of people are shitting on it. But we'll see where this goes into. Main event, AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. This match, I guess, wasn't really that bad. I just still find it funny to keep putting Corbin in the main event. My TV almost went out on me due to the weather, so I almost didn't even see the finish of the match. All I just remember was AJ had the calf killer on there. But Corbin got out, and Corbin tried to hit him with the end of days. Didn't work. AJ ended up hitting the phenomenal forearm. This is predictable, and most likely, I'm sure nobody didn't want to see Corbin versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title at, Money in the Bank, which I feel like they're just going to save that match still on for a later date for the title. But AJ wins. Him and Rollins pretty much have a stare down then after that, saying some things, and then they go on to play the Shield thing again, I guess. Or whatever with the Shield, whatever, the final time, or if it's the final time. I don't know if it's even the final time. Just watch the network special if you want to go on from there. But Monday Night Raw, just throughout the entire night, I don't know, man. This show, was it still bad? Yeah. Was there a couple good things to an extent? Was there some interesting parts? Yeah. Did I like the triple threat matches? I thought it was pretty good for what they had out there. I did like the whole Styles Clash powerbomb thing, double up move on everyone. That was good. I still think Robert Roode, we'll see where this goes since he's Rick Rude 2.0. I'm not really behind it like that, but I guess we can give this a chance, maybe. But I'm sure there's many jokes right now with either being Joey Ryan's dad, Silas Young, Rick Rude 2.0, or they're trying to make him like his old TNA gimmick, or if he'll be Bobby Roode. When I just watched that, I said, can we just call back James Storm so we can reform Beer Money? I'd rather see that, but I still think he looks older with the mustache. Bray Wyatt's Mr. Rogers, a Blues Clues, psychopath, whatever gimmick, if he goes into the darkness and will become more like Matt Hardy being broken, I don't know. We'll see where Wyatt goes on with this. Hopefully it does work for him. He couldn't, like I said, the guy can make it work. The guy can talk all day, but it's like I said about his gimmick and promos before. Bray Wyatt can cut the greatest promo out there. And this is through Samoa Joe. I've said it about Joe too. Bray Wyatt can cut the greatest promo, but it doesn't help when you lose every match. And his promos just started becoming repetitive and to the same at this point. So he is still called Bray Wyatt. He just doesn't want to be his old persona anymore, okay? I thought he was about to get a whole new name, but he's still Wyatt, folks. He's just not the old Wyatt. Main event was whatever. AJ was winning. I'm not really surprised by that. So very predictable and stuff. I'll give it that. War Raiders got no reaction out there, or not War Raiders, the Viking Raiders, Viking Experience, or whatever going with this. They literally got no reaction, but at least they got their names back. Cesaro beating Alexander was very interesting to me. I guess we'll see where this goes. Sami Zayn's, heel promo out there, still pretty good, showing his vacation photos. What was it? Lacey Evans' right hand looked like it didn't even connect all the way. But like I said, that Becky versus Fox match wasn't really that bad. But like I said, it's a mixed bag with Monday Night Raw to me after what happened. And I still think it's weird how they are still shaking up people at the last minute. Like I said about Black Ricochet, not Black, but Black Almas and Vega moving back to SmackDown. And now they put Samoa Joe, which we knew he was going to be on Raw, and Cesaro now on Raw. Like I said, they love breaking up tag teams. So that's kind of the thing from that. But I don't know, man. It's shake up. We'll see where it still goes with some of these people. We'll most likely find out tomorrow night on SmackDown and everything. But I don't know. Just some very intriguing and strange ways about this show for Monday Night Raw tonight. But like I said, you tell me what you thought about it. Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you still think Raw was crap? There was a lot of crap on Raw still anyways to what I saw. Hey, Corbin's got to be that main event, folks, okay? Were you interested by the new gimmicks or anything from Robert Roode or, you know, Pee Wee Herman, Bray Wyatt, or whatever we're going with this thing now? Or the Warwick, the Viking, or whatever name change experience they're going to start going with. They still name the finisher the Viking experience, so they still find a way to fit it in there. Iconics suck. Or what you think about triple threat matches tonight. But that's all I got to say about Raw. I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this show. Make sure you check out the reviews from Impact, past Raw, SmackDown, or any other pay-per-view that has happened in any review. So please check those out. But once again, you know it's me, H-double-D, coming into news and reviews. You know I am, know what I do with the show. Here I go. Came and I saw. Shake 'em up. I'm done with Monday Night Raw. I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.